Today, we see Jesus calling his first disciples. This meant that they had to give up everything they know and follow Jesus. Why would they do that? Well, let's look at this word disciple. In Greek, it's mathetes, meaning a learner. This word was used a lot to describe a master-disciple relationship, including Socrates calling his own followers mathetes, or disciples. Within Judaism of the first century, several different types of individuals were called disciples. This term designated adherents or followers who were committed to a recognized teacher, leader, or movement. Within the Jewish academic institutions, a rabbi would take the cream of the crop, the best students, and say, "Follow me." Now, these students, these mathetes, these disciples, they wouldn't just learn the words of the rabbi, but they would actually follow them around and mimic everything that they did. It was even said, "May the dust of your rabbi cover you." Now, Jesus first calls Peter and Andrew to be his disciples, and they were fishermen. Now, this does mean that they were low class, but it also means that they were not the cream of the crop, the best of the best students chosen to be the disciple of a rabbi. And so when Jesus comes to them and says, "Follow me," it's the same powerful words that a rabbi would have used. And so it's no wonder then that they drop their nets and they follow him. And look at who Jesus chose to be his disciples. They were a pretty diverse group. Some were rich, some were poor, some worked for the Romans, and others wanted to kill the Romans. Now later, Jesus tells his disciples to go and to make disciples of all nations, indicating that Jesus' discipleship is open to all who would receive it. And how amazing it is today that Jesus is calling us to follow him and to be his disciple. Oh, and one other thing, they were a lot younger than we think. It says that when they went to the temple, only Jesus and Peter paid the temple tax, which was for everyone over the age of 20. So most of the disciples were under the age of 20. So basically, Jesus, he had a youth group, one chaperone, and one rotten kid named Judas. So there you go, a little bit about disciples, and that's enough today for our Historical Minute.